Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Pray that everyone is doing absolutely well today on this Wisdom Wednesday. Okay. So, today's question or Wisdom Wednesday topic is, do you know your why? In the description box, I have life happens. It's real, is limited, and our perspective towards life often determines our ultimate outcome. In everything that we are faced with daily, we should know our why. Understanding is one of the greatest assets needed for planning. Let's talk about it. Hey, Tony Damien, how are you? You said you have several whys, as we should. I told my husband I didn't need light, but there seems to be an overcast. Hi, CEO of the people in the bushes. How are you doing? Do you mind coming downstairs and giving me some great light? Hey, Shay's Journey, how you doing, love? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I do. I thought about you last night with my whole topic, and just the part about ADHD and getting organized and planning. And no, honey, I'm struggling. And so I really need to get with you on getting one of those planners for my channel. So yes, and actually I'm going back to what I started in the beginning when I first started to supporting one small business a week. And so get with me so that I can also support you in that manner. Hey, Lady J, how are you doing? Are you on the road? On the road again? Who's that? Kenny Rogers. Yeah. My lips look red around here. That's because I tried this from the lip bar, and it's called Boy Trouble, but it's a matte type of thing. What's up? Change for $1. How are you? Hey, the positive pusher. I got to your live last night and it was over, and I hated it. I missed it. I wish you would have told me. I would have went straight in. Not only that, I would have went straight in and encouraged everybody over here to come to your live. We could have supported you. Lady J says, of course, of course. Well, you be safe in those streets. Hey, content. How you doing, love? My husband said, baby, you keep up better than I do, don't it? Content, my husband said, are you still in Cancun? I think I'm a little jealous if you went to Cancun. I want to go somewhere. I mean, I went camping, so I am grateful for that. And that was fun. I'm ready to go again, like this weekend. That's how serious I am. He's laughing at me, but I'm so sincere. So do you know your why? Last night we talked about just ADHD, me adulting with ADHD. I shared with you guys the Hey Poppy Show. She said she's well, and yes, she's still there. I think we both jealous now, content. I think we both in our feelings. He said, man, what? And I think we in our feelings a little bit. Hey Poppy Show, good morning.
How was Senior Frogs?
My husband says, how was Senior Frogs? What do I need to do at home to feel like I'm at Cancun? Tell me that. Do I go to Michael's, buy some palm trees? Do I go buy some fake sand and put it in a kiddie pool?
You go Delta and go get an airplane.
My husband said I go Delta and go get an airplane ticket. My lives are usually pre-scheduled. It was an unplanned live. The positive pusher, I don't care. You could have been like, hey, this live is unplanned, but I am going live after this. And honey, I would have given you time to set up and we would have all come over there and been right there with you. We're in this love together. Don't forget that. Thank you, baby. It was for me. There's something going on with my eyes. Yes, I know it's probably about a month, y'all. I'm gonna get the eyes checked out. LOL, he is keeping I know, right? He keeps me informed. So like people need to know I'm not being funny. Like I have, come on, Grace, come through. I have a lot on my plate right now with school starting back, making the decision to do virtual for my son. Then he's going into his senior year. So I need to find out about senior heads, get him to the eye doctor, get myself to the eye doctor. My daughter needs her yearly doctor checkup, which that takes me like 2 weeks to get ready for. And then it's something else I need to do, babe. Remember what it was? Yeah, I still haven't found out taxes. And I gotta register for school. Hopefully this is my last semester.
Drop another kid off in college.
Oh, then I knew I was forgetting something major. We got to take another kid to college. That's 6 hours away. So I'm in a real deal transition period over here. So yes, Shay, inbox me on, DM me, whatever y'all say for you, Snapchat, not Snapchat. What's the thing I'm on? IG, so that I can get your business information, as well as anybody else. If you have a small business and it's something that you ship out, like, I'll tell you a secret. I'm going to do next week. It's going to be all Vermont paint and photos. If it's not next week, it's going to be the week after that, whenever I get my photos from him. But yeah, and it's pretty cool because I hadn't had the opportunity to support a guy and put a guy out in front for others to see. He is keeping up. They are one of the businesses that hasn't reopened since the pandemic, apparently. Oh, wow. All he talks about is senior frogs. Apparently, he had this trip before we got married to Cancun on the job, but it was a bonding. She said, love him, sis. Absolutely. It was a bonding trip, and boy, did they bond. They didn't sleep, apparently. Thank you, Poppy Show. I'm trying to get to a place. Hey, CeeLo, how you doing? I'm trying to get to a place where I'm more comfortable with singing. He's a great husband. He actually woke me up this morning so that I could take my medicine on time, so I could stay on my goal. And so that's where I was going, chasing squirrels, y'all. You have to know your why. So I talked about how I wanted to be off the medicine, and my why wasn't really strong enough for why I should be off the medicine. The medicine hasn't done anything to me physically. According to my, what do you call it? The DNA testing and sampling, my body metabolizes the medicines that I'm on fine. Truthfully, when I'm on the medicine, I don't have a lot of headaches or pain, or I feel like myself pre-brain surgery, mom getting ill, losing my grandmother. Like, I feel like me, more aware. And so I had to think about my why. Why aren't you taking the medicine? Why is this such a stigma for you? And the why wasn't good enough. The why was because I was always taught that ADHD is a white man's thing. It doesn't affect Black people. I was always taught that ADHD affected white people because they didn't whoop their children, and we whoop our children. This is just me being honest. So if I offend somebody, please know that my desire to raise awareness is greater than my desire to not offend. And so I will always apologize for offending, but I'll never apologize for what I say if it's about raising awareness. And the only way that I can truly raise awareness is to be able to break down some of the strongholds and to bring forth some of the strongholds that um, were spoken into our lives. So I was always told that basically this was some white people stuff. This didn't affect black people. Get your ass and sit down somewhere. Um, and that's just me saying it how it was. Touch it again, I'm gonna beat your ass. That was ADHD. Um, and so, or how it was treated. And so my why was because we were always told that medicine will have you hooked, that medicine will cause you to be to need drugs, that medicine will cause you there was so many different um stigmas that was placed with the medicine that the benefits were never even looked at. And so that's the importance of knowing my why. So what I found out when I went through those 4 days of not is the why that I should take it. My inhibitions are down. Like, and they may sound bad. They may sound like, girl, what you be out in these streets doing? No, that's not the case. It's just I don't think about consequences, which is not a good thing. And most people with ADHD, they're impulsive. They don't think about consequences. So that's something that, that's a why. That's a good reason for me to take my meds. I don't think things through. I'll just be superwoman and take on everything. Where when I'm on my meds, I'm able to communicate, you know what, I have a lot on me right now. I can't do this at this moment. However, blah, blah, blah. Another thing is it was the inhibition, the impulsiveness, and the feeling of accomplishment. So those were three things that was a why I should take my medicine. But then the list even got longer. I'm better as a parent. I'm better as a wife. I'm better as a friend. I'm better as a YouTube host. I'm better as a content creator. I can think clearer. And so those things are important. That's my why. That should apply to anything. If you have diabetes and you don't want to take medicine, what's your why? Is it because the medicine makes you have erectile dysfunction? Okay, then let's address that part, but make sure you still get your medicine. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's pull away from even the medical side of things. Let's talk about opening a business. You want to open a business. Great. What is your why? Is it just to get money? Is it just to get your things out there? Is it just you heard a voice and that voice told you to do it? What is your why? You want to become a YouTube content creator. What is your why? My why is I've gone through so much that I honestly feel that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, that I'm supposed to share my story, that I'm supposed to encourage others, that I'm supposed to be real, authentic, and just let you see. And y'all hadn't fully seen everything. So I've introduced you guys to me gracefully. But yeah, there's gonna come a time that I'm just gonna let y'all in the house wherever I'm at. That's when we're recorded, and you're gonna hear Desi and her iPad on 100. You're gonna hear my brother slamming doors and cussing. And yes, he's nonverbal, but he can say shit and damn. He got it from my mama, really good, really clear. You're gonna hear my kids, like, true and authentic, right? Yeah, so me sitting behind this beautiful background that my husband created is not going to always be what you guys see. And I'm not going to hide my children from the internet. I'm not going to hide my family from the internet. And I thought that thing through. And here's my why. My why is because in order for God to be glorified through this platform, through my life, you have to see it. You have to see what I go through. And so y'all get ready for that. Y'all get ready for these unedited. Desi, come here. Let me comb your hair. And I'm on live combing her hair, and we're there for 4 hours. Are you going to be able to sit there with me for 4 hours? Are you going to be able to encourage me? when I talked to the school to find out about this 180-page paper that didn't get turned in on time, or the revisions didn't get turned in on time. So when I see if I can get this extension, I'm probably going to just sit here and write it right in front of YouTube. And my why is so that you can encourage me. Well, I try to encourage you. So the key is always know your why. That is also something that Tabitha Brown, the vegan queen, America's mom, I absolutely love her. I've been following her for years. Says about when she went vegan. It was her why. And she was sick. I don't want to tell her entire testimony. Had been sick for like a year and a half, smiling through. And she just, her daughter, one of the kids watched What the Health, and I've seen What the Health has not stopped me from eating meat. And I watch Tabitha cook all the time. Her stuff looks so good, and I still eat meat. It's not that I have to have meat. I guess I'm used to it. I don't know. But I enjoy watching her. And she says to always know your why. She said, if you know your why, you're able to finish the course. You're able to do what you have to do because you can always go back to what is my why. So even if you deviate, good example, me, YouTube, experiencing a troll almost caused me to deviate from my purpose. And what I mean by that is I addressed it in the live. I even addressed it the next day for new content creators saying, hey, no matter how great you are, you're going to get a troll. Tony Damien, she's in here. I think she's still in here. I don't know if Vermont Painting Photos is in here, but he's not fond of her fridge. So technically, Tony has created the fridge, a page. The fridge has become a content creator. And so the fridge is technically a troll for Vermont Painting Photos. And it's all fun because we know that it's fun and games. But just know that none of us are above it. But my why did you come to YouTube? To spread positivity, to uplift, to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, to bring light, to bring awareness, to allow my voice to be heard, to educate, to disseminate information to the community. So if that's why I have my YouTube, then where does this troll or that opportunity of trolling fall in place? And so that's the thing about knowing your why. When you know your why, and I just got this last night, so this is me really helping you as I'm helping myself. When you know your why, you're actually able to plan and organize better. Nobody told me. I literally went to bed last night, still discouraged after being on the live with you guys, because I decided to take a break from my medicine those days, and it got me behind. But now that I know my why, I won't do that again. Now that I know my why, I'm going to stick to the schedule that we have planned. Now that I know my why, I can move forward in that department and not look back. Just want to make sure I did speak to Poppy's show. I did. Shay's Journey. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I've missed a lot. Hold on. Let me come up, y'all. Change for $1. My brother. Okay. Dre is definitely keeping up. Lady J, I absolutely love rainbows. I don't know if you know that about me, but I love rainbows. She said, love them, sis. Yes. Hey, Mom. Culver Family Vlog is in here. Oh, she said, no, sweetie. That was Club Coco Bongo. My bad. So is Club Coco Bongo open? I am content. Culver Fam Vlog is in. Hey, Mom. Thank you for coming in. Please thumbs up. Thank you. Is it Azul Vlogs? Thank you. My why is showcasing God in the family and inspiring through God's goodness. Poppy Show, I love that. I love that. And I'm going to tell you why I love that. Because we don't see it often. Do y'all realize? So, in how can I say this? So, growing up, we didn't have a lot of African American things to watch on TV. We had Good Times. We had I'm thinking about younger years, not even teen years. We had Good Times. We had The Cosby Show, and then it was around preteen that Cosby Show gave us A Different World, and then other things came in like Martin, Living Single, things like that. But how many of them truly showcased a dad and a mom in the home? And how many showcased a blended family and what that is supposed to look like? Whole nother topic, right? We'll have that one day. So, Poppy Show, I'm happy that that's your reason. I want to make sure that I support you in every way that I can. I promise you, I'm trying to figure out how to make it to everybody's page, everybody's content. I'm actually thinking about taking one day a week where I just go and support everybody that supports me as best I can. I am content said I'm ready and I love your why. Well, I am content. If you're ready, I'm telling y'all, baby. On Facebook, which it's my Facebook profile is open. Um, One of my dear sisters, we're siblings. And when I say siblings, we are our brother's keeper. She has a brother with autism. I have a brother with autism. And so I never thought about myself of being a sibling of someone with a disability. I never did. But there's all type of resources for siblings. So check that out. But she was like, y'all need a reality show, because I would literally type about everything that was going on between Desi, between my brother, between my mother-in-law who's across the street, 91, in Alzheimer's. So she has good days, bad days, hilarious days, days where she says what's on her mind. But yeah, so you guys will get to see it, but you saying you're ready. I don't even get ashamed about company. I'd be like, listen, we live here. Amen. There's not a piece of furniture that isn't used, that hadn't had Pediasure on it, that hadn't had ketchup on it. We try to clean it a little bit. She says, heck yeah, I can be here. Where you running to, Dre? I missed something. I probably said something, didn't even. Oh, are you running as in me and my wife? Why are you running, Andre? If you know your why, the how. Oh, Tony, girl. Tony been around here preaching all week. If you know your why, the how comes so much easier. Yes, that is fact. Hey, it's me, Rosa. I hadn't seen you. Okay, Constance, you rubbing it all in. Dre said, Constance said she would have to check out Coco Bongo and let y'all know. Let us know. The Jeffersons, yes, we did have them. Thank y'all so much for the thumbs up. Positive Pusher and I Am Content. Are you guys connected? If not, y'all need to get connected. If you have everyone else here with you, then I can leave the house. Why would you leave? Like, you got to be a part of the show too. You're the most, like, believe it or not, Dre, as funny as he is on here, he is the balance being between me and the kids. Because, y'all, it's our secret. Okay, I'm telling them better. Some days, them cheering, not the youngest one. She's sweet. She get into stuff, but she's sweet. But that 24, 18, and 17-year-old, the 24-year-old needs an address real soon. I told her she needs to look in the classifieds, and her fiance said, what's that? My husband said, go to Craigslist. Have it. The 18-year-old, he's on his way off to college, but madly in love. And yeah, 17-year-old, I just want to take his whole Adam's apple. Like, he is his mama, truthfully, with some sprinkle of his daddy, and I just don't even know about that. I forgot about the Jeffersons, but yeah. Dre said, but the Jeffersons came on after Archie Bunker show. And I watched. I love Archie Bunker. I loved Mama's Family. I'm trying to think, what else did we watch? I love Andy Griffith. So, like, I was raised around all types of things. It was just still. I think we don't realize because I always say protect our eye gates and ear gates, and that was just conviction right there. Lord, I'm sorry. Protect your eye gates and your ear gate. The things you allow yourself to see, read, the stuff you allow yourself to hear. Because those things have an effect on you and you don't know it. Sometimes it's so subtle that we miss it. I am consistent. Positive Pusher and I have been down like 4 flat tires since she was the positive mukbanger. We met here actually. I am so happy. It was actually the spinoff of some sort because George was Archie's neighbor. What? I did not know that. Little known history fact. I did not know that. So when George was moving up to the east side, he was moving away from where Archie Bunker lived. Right? You just told me something. Tony Damien, let's go back to this. If you know your why, the how comes so much easier. Girl. I'm finna write that down. But I think I'm gonna get that. What do you call it when you stenciled on my wall? I am going to get that stencil on my wall. If you know your why. The how comes so much easier. Yeah. Amen. That was a good show. I forgot all about that. I'm gonna have to go back and catch it. So, I typically do the talking. Trying to work on that. Hey, the Blind Guy Show. I surely am happy that you came in today. I have just put the link in the chat. So, do you know your why? Tony, you said I hope it went out, but you said I have several whys. Would you like to share them with us? Hey, Runaway RV Nesters, how are you doing? So good to see you. How is traveling? I know on the road again. I want to be on the road again real soon. Let me see. Hey, Tony in the fridge. How are you?
I'm good.
That's so nice. Hey, Tony.
Let me turn off my, let me mute the background. Hold on. There you go.
You are so beautiful.
Thank you. Just kind of put some concealer on for you.
Oh, yes. I hadn't got that advanced in makeup yet.
I'm not that advanced either. It was like, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Rub it in a little.
Hold on, let me answer. Runaway RV Nesters, it was good. It was my first experience, and I want to go again. Like, camping was like, it's life. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a good tearaway. It's a good tearaway from all things, every day.
Yes. I was happy that I was still able to come to YouTube a little here and there, but I enjoyed.
Were you glamping or were you camping?
We were camping in a camper.
Glamping.
So what's clamping?
Glamping is like glamorous camping.
Oh, baby.
a tent on the ground, on a sleeping bag.
Okay, going forward, I will correct that. I went glamping. I'm not
Glamping.
glamping. No. Now we sat outside a lot. We're outside most of the day, but we slept inside the camper.
But it is a blessing though to get that kind of. I mean, even if you work a little bit on social media, it's still a break away from.
Yes. Do you know what it made me appreciate? And I shared it yesterday, but I'll share it again. It made me appreciate trees all the more. Like to be literally, I was truthfully only 40 minutes from my house at the camping site, but because I'm in all these trees, it was just a different set of air, a different like breathing it. Like it made me want to go plant some more. Like I don't have any trees in my yard, but now I want to go buy some trees because
Get
like
fruit trees, girl. Good purpose, fruit trees.
Okay.
You writing things down.
Yes, I have to take notes. But yes, oh, what you said. If you know your why, the how comes so much easier. It's going on my wall. I promise you.
Something that I used to. I was a foster parent for 8 years.
God bless you. Hold on, before you even go there. God bless you, and I have to tell y'all why I'm saying God bless you. But she's Runaway RV Nestor says except when you have to dump the pooper. Yeah. Now we did go by there and do that, but the camping site was kind of close to the latrine where you can take your shower and stuff. So our only rule was don't poop in the camper. But it wasn't me that had the rule because I wouldn't care about anybody pooping in the camper. I changed diapers, but even grown people, so it wouldn't have bothered me. But when you're camping with somebody else, you have to respect that. And the positive Pusha said, if I go camping, it has to be glamping. Glamping was because we did have air at night. Yes, God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true.
Talk about your foster kids. So today, we were on Vermont Paint and Photos live, and he does go live every morning, right? He goes live every morning. Painting. So I'll make sure that his link is in the chat. But and so Tony in the fridge is literally Tony sits in front of the fridge, but that fridge is his own person. Like for real, I really like that's a nice refrigerator. It's his own purpose for like it seemed like it could tell you, hey, we're out of milk. We need milk, eggs.
But actually just text me that my Walgreens prescription is ready.
Yeah, the computer tells you.
The refrigerator did.
Oh my God, that your prescription is ready. Yeah, it needed its own page. I'm gonna make sure we connect. This morning we were talking about anxiety and just childhood trauma, and that's one of the things that I do love about, because like we were in Vermont painting photos, and he was painting a photo, and Tony and I was holding a whole separate conversation while watching him paint, and it's so beautiful. I hope you put those two paintings in my box. However, Tony told me she fostered 57 kids. And I was like, wow, God bless you. And she said, not all at the same time. And I was like, baby, I knew that never crossed my mind that she did it all at the same time, because nobody can survive 57 kids at the same time. But I just thought that is so to have put an impression on the lives of 57 children is beautiful. Like that, I didn't know that about you. I'm happy that you shared that with me. That just makes me love you all the more, because the world needs more people like you. And then Black Light Records came in. Hey, Black Light Records, Peter Lloyd. The Blind Guy Show says, yeah, my body can't handle sleeping on the ground anymore. Nope. Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yes, but yes, so your why, if you know your why, because you say I have several whys.
I do have several whys, but why am I quarantined since February? I haven't been out of this house except for the drive-through at the pharmacy since February.
Wow.
Really, Vermont, you come in here starting already?
Just not the fridge.
I'm bring the fridge up in here if you don't behave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't have a spleen. I have a very compromised. I had a lung injury, so COVID for me would be like lights out. So, and I know Vermont, he shares that similar medical situation. So we both understand each other's. I mean, it's really tough. Like you, like literally the drive-through pharmacy, gloved and masked is the only outings I've had since February. So, and I've worked for 34 years full time. I've had a career, made a lot of money, and I had to quit and stay home. It's just not worth the risk. I mean, my doctor literally called me and said, "Where are you at?" And I said, "The grocery store." She said, "Walk away from the cart, go get in your car, drive to your house, and don't come out until I say you can."
Wow. Yeah.
So I did that, and it's been mind breaking, but YouTube has helped.
Yes.
It really has. And these lives, like even panels or just listening to lives and meeting people this way from all over the world and all their experiences. And, you know, I don't think I've seen a more motivating smile than Peter Lloyd's. Like he tells the stories and he's like, "Don't laugh at me," but you know he wants you to laugh at him.
Yeah.
And he's so funny and he's so original. And then you got Vermont, and he's got this very monotone voice that's just relaxing and peaceful. And you know, you can just go on with a whole chat conversation and still be engaged in what he's doing visually. But it's, you know, it's just all these different personalities. Carolina Hillbilly. It's all about the frantic fun of fussing with them and stuff. You know, it's like that antic back and forth thing. And, you know, it's just so many different personalities that you're blessed with on these platforms. Yeah. And the why I'm on YouTube originally was because I love to cook and it was my favorite thing. So if you were coming to my house for Thanksgiving and you weren't going to bring a dish, you brought it uncooked and I would make it. Wow. You don't bring a prepared food to my house. You bring raw food if you want to contribute and I'll cook it. Wow. And that's how it's always been in my house. And every holiday I put out this big white tablecloth and everybody signs it. Whoever's there for whatever meal, whatever it has been. But, you know, and a lot of my foster kids have been in and out of my life. You know, I'm still in contact with lots of them on my Facebook, especially. So they're, you know, a big part of my life too, if you count all them. And then I have a blended family. So I have stepdaughters. I have 2 grandsons. My daughter's 34. You know, I have 2.
34, girl. Baby, you look good.
Are you gonna do some math?
34.
I'm 50 years old.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you know, it was some concealer help, but anyway. Thank you.
Like this. We love you, Tony, in the fridge.
Thank you for loving the fridge.
Yes, we feel the fridge spirit, definitely.
Well, you know, the fridge channel was my old YouTube channel that I used to cook non-keto food on. So when I went keto in 2017, I restarted from zero and started all over again. So while you see the fridge already has over 200 family members and growing, I'm like, damn, I should have been the fridge all along. I'd have probably been 100K by now if I would have just been the fridge from the beginning. But anyways, so you can see some of my pre-keto videos on my cell phone, propped up against a cookbook, leaned on a dang pot and pan, and I didn't know how to edit. It was cringy. Yeah. There ain't no intro, outro, ain't no business like that. We just cook and that's it.
Oh yeah, I don't have no intro, outro. Just like, hey y'all, hey. How y'all doing?
Girl, I probably have like 10 videos right now on my computer. I got a new computer, but I didn't think about the fact it doesn't have a CD-ROM, and the program that I edit with is on a CD. So I can't install it on my new computer. So in order to edit my video, I can get the old computer out, set it up. You know, it's just like, blah. You just don't want to do that stuff. But anyway, I got to get my life together in that way. So
I was gonna say, you know, you can buy an external CD drive though.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. But I don't know if I just need to get a different software. Do you ever edit, or you only?
I have not edited yet. I want to, which means I'm gonna have to sit down and look at some videos. I think once I start, I'm gonna be an editing monster though, because I love
my glasses are fogging it.
Photos. So like when I take pictures, I don't take still shots. I take photos and take the still. I take videos and take the still shots from there, so I can get the authentic moments. So I think when I do start editing, oh my God, y'all may not even see me on YouTube anymore. I'm probably just on love editing. I don't know.
Well, I think I bought a software that's a little more advanced than I should have gotten, because I don't really know what the heck I'm doing with it at all. So
I know people that with their iPhones, they use the iMovie and
Right. And that's what I heard is the easiest way, but I have Android, but I don't use my phone. I have a camera. I have a Canon. I don't know, something. It's a good camera. It actually has Wi-Fi on it and everything.
Really?
I have a very good camera, but I don't know how to use it in that way. I can actually go live on it, but I don't know how. But
we were trying that with our camera. I need to get a tripod. I love the way the view that it gives me, but I hadn't figured out how to sync my mouth with the camera other than using the actual camera's mic, which I guess I may have to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't learned how to do voiceovers yet either, and I've been doing this since 2014. For like a minute. So.
Oh yes,
I have no idea.
Wait.
So it wasn't the fridge this time.
My husband told Vermont, he says, "Hey Vermont, great painting this morning." So I told him, Dre, we bought them. And he said, "Thank you, Dre. I tried to cut her off, but I'm afraid of the wrath." So Dre said, Vermont, starting next month, she will only get an allowance, and once it's gone, do not give her any credit purchases. Oh my goodness. The Blind Guy Show says he uses iMovie.
I see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have an app. I don't have an iPhone. I'm an Android person.
My husband is too. But y'all's camera is so much better on the Android. I hands down. And I have Apple everything. I even use a Mac book for streaming.
I have the Galaxy Samsung with the little thingy.
Yeah, that's for my husband. I think it's like the Note 10, Note 10 Plus.
Yeah, Note 10 Plus, yeah. I love it.
Vermont says he has a Mac. It's great.
Whatever, Vermont.
Runaway RV Nestor said they're going to do voiceovers for the first time. Learn as you go. And it says they love iMovie as well. And Rachel, hey, in Rachel's place, I just saw that you came in. Hi, nice to meet you. She said, I agree, Android camera. That Android camera is sick. I was like, oh my God.
Really, Vermont?
What did he do? Did he send something to the refrigerator?
No. I'm gonna put that up on the refrigerator.
I was like, put it on the fridge, or make it the fridge profile.
Right. The fridge's profile right now is the fridge profile right now is I used the whiteboard and I wrote something that I'm back hillbilly or something. Oh, Lord. The fridge is in the building or something like that. I put something funny on there and took a picture, and that's up.
It's our pleasure, honey. I'm glad that you are feeling better today. So thank you for coming in. I do want to say I think everybody in here is a content creator. So feel free to genuinely network. So basically, COVID is the
why am I crazy right now is because I had to quit working and stay home. So it's been a struggle for me because, you know how you always kind of put value in your life based on the things around you. Like if it's about your family, like, oh, I'm so proud of my life because of this great family I've raised, or some people it's like my fancy car or their beautiful house. But I've always put my value in my work ethic and my, that I've, worked my 34 years straight in the same career. And, I built a name and a reputation. And that was kind of how I put value in my life. And I've had to learn to reevaluate that through this period of time. You're not busy. Your mind's left to do things. And when you have, I'm more obsessive compulsive than ADHD, I would say. But I don't stay obsessive compulsive about the same thing. So let's say I see Vermont painting photos. I'm like, oh, like I like this painting stuff. I'll go out and spend all the money to buy all the things, and I'll paint some pictures. And then when I get bored of that, or when it becomes a have to, then I'm like, oh, now I'm going to sew. So let's make some quilts. I'm going to go buy all the fabric and the sewing machine and all the things. And then I'm going to decorate cakes. And then I'm going to do it's like I get very obsessive about whatever my goal is. And then I just let everything else to the wayside, and not having that structure of getting up every morning, going to work, having the day. You just got all this time. I find myself trying to multitask. And when you said that yesterday, I was like,
so you see the face I've been making the entire time. I was waiting on the comment because I knew that the comment was coming from my husband. All caps. Oh, that sounds familiar. I knew it was coming. That's why I was like,
you just wait for it. Yeah. So
you sound like me.
I get in these modes and then it's like, it's all in or nothing. Like I can't do a little bit. Like, let's see if we can crochet a scarf. No, we buying all the needles and the yarn and the things. And then now I have 18 tubs of 18 different kind of pads. I got all the beads and the little neck things to hold them up and all the things to bead necklaces and make earrings. And I have all the stuff to do art and I have all the stuff to decorate cakes. Girl, I have all the stuff to do so many things. And so
we have a lot in common, Tony.
What do we?
Decorating cake, making jewelry, anything else,
painting. Both feet, or I'm staying out the photo at all.
Yeah, so it's like I don't have a middle. It's either all or nothing. I'm either all in or you will never get lukewarm from me.
Me either. Wow. Doesn't happen. It doesn't exist in this bubble right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had to kind of like find a way to cut the day up into these obsessive adventures that I have all the day to do it. You know what I mean?
Notes. Mm-hmm. How do you cut your day up?
I have to cut my day up and say, okay, from 10 to 12, I'm going to obsess about, meal prepping for the rest of the week, or, and then the next day I'm going to make some earrings. And the next day I'm going to go, move the furniture around in the room.
So you only allow yourself 2 hours.
Well, no. I mean, I block it up. So then the next day it'll be like, I'll watch Vermont paint photos, and I'll take a break from YouTube. Then you end up on TR. Then you end up on Carolina Hillbilly. Then you end up on, you end up with Blacklight Records. And then you're either in yours or Carter Club. And then you're on News and Reviews, and your whole evening is gone on YouTube. And sometimes I have to make myself like, let me support them. I'm gonna open all the tabs. Everybody's running, and I just gonna have to walk away for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And just, like yesterday, I had to take some time and go. While I was listening to your live, I was sewing masks for some friends,
mm-hmm.
and so it's it's like I have to learn how I have to give myself grace to give some push. I have to push myself to stop being compulsive on everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
Because then your mind is doing what you say. You're multitasking. Even if you're only doing one thing at the time, you're thinking about 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not giving yourself any time to really focus on what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's exactly why I'm crazy, is that brain damage that I caused myself, driving myself crazy. But so
you mentioned America. Well, hey, Head Deuce, thank you for coming in, brother. Bruce said OCD is a trip for sure. I have a floor of my house filled with my projects, and he does. Like his playroom is nice.
I've seen it.
Blacklight Records said, not Blacklight Records, the Blind Guy Show said that, and I do agree with him on this. He said iPhone has better accessibility options for the blind community, also for the deaf community and the autism community. You have access to more apps. So it is one thing when it comes to the Apple part that I do love.
Don't you have to pay for most of the apps though on Apple?
You said, do they have to
pay for the apps?
It depends on the apps that they are. Like my daughter uses Lamps Words for Life, which is a communication app. They had just bought her a Dynavox. The insurance company paid for her to get a Dynavox, and my daughter just did not catch on to the Dynavox. So we had it a little less than a year. And then we found out about the Lamps Word for Life, which is based off of motor planning. And I was like, oh, she can get this. And so we had to purchase the app, put it on the iPad mini to show the insurance company why we needed to purchase a new one with a different programming, and that it did benefit her. And so the app ended up being, it's like a $300 app, but I got it during Autism Awareness Month. So I got it for 50% off. But a lot of the apps are free. Like Blacklight Records. Bruce was saying he uses, is it Chat Speak or Speak Chat, Bruce? And I think it's free if I'm not mistaken. It was something somebody else said up here.
Really, Vermont,
you run away, RV Nesters. I appreciate you guys for coming in. You have a great day. Dre said, oh, this sounds familiar. And then he said, yes, in all caps, even the beads, 10 toes down, all in, all in. I guess he, a paracord bracelet yet. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, Vermont, stop trying to cause trouble.
Have you eaten, honey? Speech chat. He said it's free.
Oh, cool. I be typing silly stuff in the chat, so we'll read it to him so he can. I took the fridge in there with me this morning. He loves the fridge. That's his favorite.
I was tickled with the fridge being. I heard him when he said, "Oh no."
The fridge did a shout out for him yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. But I commend you. Like, I do.
Well, I mean, it is. I don't think that any of it was done for the intention of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
It was really life therapy.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that happened maybe when I was in my childhood that spawned the therapy being the activity that the foster children and making a difference in their life was a product of experiences from my childhood and having an understanding of how they really felt.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of foster kids do not have unconditional love in homes that they're put in at all. Mm-hmm. So they act up on purpose because they don't want to make connections. They don't want to bond with people because everyone leaves. Everyone leaves you. They would steal my car. They would steal my debit card. They would go pawn my wedding rings. They would do whatever it took to try to get put out.
Mm-hmm.
Not from this home, honey. You coming right back and you're going to sit across the table and look at me at breakfast and you're going to be ashamed of yourself and you're going to live through it and you're going to be punished and you're going to have to understand that I'm still going to love you tomorrow and deal with it. So, and there's about 5 or 6 of them now that are married 25 plus years. They're, have kids and families and relationships, long-term, steady, they don't have, and not that there's anything wrong with people who have multiple fathers for their children, but, they've got, one husband and, 4 kids and the grandkids and all the things. And so for that, I think was something that I could leave them with, if nothing else, was what it felt like to have unconditional love. Because I see their children growing up and being stable and going to college and doing all the things that none of the family that they would have come from their birth family had those successes in their life. So, I mean, even though I didn't have that success in my life, I wasn't raised or blessed in that way as a child. So, but it feels good to look back on them and say, you know what, but I needed that therapy. I needed to heal myself from what I went through by healing someone else. So that was my why in that season of my life. When my daughter got about 12, those girls come in with a certain streetwise. You have to eventually start to realize that your birth child has to become a priority in your life. So I didn't send anyone away. I always let them age out, or they got, went back to family, or they went to a relative, but it wasn't like, oh no, like they have to go. I had some that even aged out of foster care and lived with me until they were 20, but it's like, but it wasn't about, being recognized for it. It was my therapy. I was healing myself through them. And if it helped them at the same time, that was just a double blessing. But, and then, I went to the season, my daughter was born 3 months premature. And so she had, 26 surgeries before she was 5 years old. Wow. And so I went through a lot with her. She's 34, has 2 kids. She's healthy. She's fine, but it was a process. I lost a child 10 years after she was born. He was preemie as well. And he went to the Lord when he was 3 months old. And, he never got to come home from the hospital, that kind of thing. And, you were saying something yesterday about you can't rate someone's grief or someone's feelings about their experiences or what they're going through, because you might drop an egg on the floor and to you're just like, oh, dang, I wasted an egg. But to someone else, that could have been the end. Their day was over. I have lost my whole biscuits because the egg fell on the floor. And that is,
absolutely,
it's all relative to the person experiencing these situations. Absolutely. And I've not ever used my YouTube channel to tell these stories or speak these truths or these kind of things. I've always just done cooking. But it's Tiffany Chanel was the one who told me one day when we were having a conversation and saying that you know, you have all these things that you have inside of you that you might think are your prides, and you hold them in your heart, but you know, you spit them out. And there might be one person in this chat that says, you know what, I'm gonna go be a foster parent next week because I didn't realize that these kids, like, they go to their child farms. If you want to know the honest truth, good, I would say 70% of foster homes are child farms. They get a teenage kid and a bunch of little ones. That becomes mom. Take care of all the rest of the kids. Let me get that money and go play bingo or go run the streets or do whatever. And it happens, like, I mean, I've heard it time and time again, over and over, the same story. So it can't be that uncommon if I'm hearing that from all 57 kids that have been in and out of my home.
Very common.
So it still happens, and it's unfortunate, but you know, my husband's temperament is not set. You know, we're 5 years married. His personality, he's OCD clean, and you know, don't touch the chair with your hand after you eat, and kind of thing. Foster kids in this house would be in prison, so it's not a season of my life issues. And you know, so that, you know, all of that too. You know, you don't want to have children in your home and you get thrown in the hospital a couple times a year, and then it's like taking care of them and what's happening. So it's like,
yeah.
So you know, you just go and you find new things. It's all seasons of life.
I definitely want to do a panel on fostering. If you would be interested, I have a best friend. '57. I knew you didn't mean it at the same time, because she's probably been fostering maybe 5 years. I don't think it's that long, and she's already had about 35 kids.
Okay. Well, I was taking 6 at a time. My house was set up for 6. And then I got thrown in a 3-year-old boy. That child, oh wow. There was not one bone in his entire body that hadn't been broken.
Wow.
It's a long story, but we can get into that some other time. But you know, those girls babied him. Oh Lord, he was spoiled.
Yeah. And so and even with that though, there's still knowing your why. Because I do know that our foster system, and when I say our, I'm talking about the US, it needs a lot of improvement. I don't know if you followed the story of the Rosenbaums, but with your anxiety, I wouldn't even suggest it truthfully, because I end up following it and it had me just sick to my stomach. And she was in foster care. Jennifer Rosenbaum was in foster care and fostered 2 girls from a young lady that was her foster sister. And she mistreated the little girls and ended up killing one. And yeah, and it was horrible. But then you see, for me, especially being a child advocate, a disability advocate, I struggle with the foster system because these kids go from home to home, and sometimes they don't have their medicine with them. Sometimes the parents aren't informed that they're getting medicine. Sometimes they don't have an IEP in place at school, when, you know, these kids should automatically have an IEP because they're dealing with trauma, or at least at minimum a 504 because they're dealing with trauma. They don't get the type of grace that they need at school. There was this one little girl, and I really wanted to fight for her, but I couldn't because the foster mother didn't want to fight for her. But she was in school in kindergarten, and the child had been suspended over 10 times for hitting an adult. Here's the issue. The child had been molested. So every time an adult touches her, that's her reaction to hit back. But because the school system has a 0 tolerance policy for hitting adults, she's constantly getting put out of school, instead of someone saying, hey, don't touch her. Just stand back, let her know what you're going to, like, there were so many ways around it, but it was like people just couldn't wrap their mind around the fact that she's hitting adults. No, she's not hitting adults. She's hitting people that look like can hurt her, and she's trying not to
defending herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It becomes an anxiety at a point where, you know, and there's some triggers that, I mean, we could drill down on that really all day long. But, you know, there's even some things that my husband had to adjust to, like, don't do this because it puts me in a place that I don't want to go. You know what I mean? And it could be a completely innocent thing that to anybody else wouldn't think to. You know, and as easily as like if I don't know you're coming towards me, and he'll try to hold my hand if I don't know he's about. Yeah, it's very triggering, and so it's something that he had to learn. I'm like, he better do like, here I come, and you're coming in your bubble. Just let me let you know.
I'm sure my husband is over here like, oh my God, because I wake up fighting. Dre said, wow, y'all are sisters. Don't walk up on me while I'm sleeping. Because my first husband would try to wait till I go to sleep to try to fight. And I saw my parents fight, so I knew I would never be in a fighting relationship. And I don't fight fair. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't fight fair. I do fight.
I will box my husband in a second. Don't even try.
When it comes to a man and a woman, no, I'm gonna pick up something. I'm not gonna try to hit you with my hands. And we literally, and we've been married it'll be 10 years this year, but he still knows to announce himself before coming in the house, before coming in the door, because he can touch me. My daughter's aides have even done it before. They've touched me trying to wake up, and I just wake up swinging, and it's like, whoa, like they weren't ready. So pretty much everybody that lives in here know now, don't touch me without saying, hey, hello.
Don't startle me. Don't walk around the corner.
Yes.
You know, but I sleepwalk. So I've lost my wedding rings. They're somewhere in this house because I haven't left in February, and I had them in a April live stream. I had them on because I went back and looked because I haven't been wearing them because I haven't been leaving the house. They're gone. Like I always have a certain place that I put them, and we even got a metal detector. Vermont Paint and Photo suggested we got a metal detector and set it to find gold, and like went around the house. We've taken every bed apart. We've taken up the sofas, the sectional. We took everything. We lived here 5 years. It was time to vacuum under the couch anyway. So we just moved everything and looked for them, and I have not found them. I've been through every single box in every single closet in every room. But I do the weirdest things.
Did you ask the fridge?
I know. That's what they keep telling me. Carolina Hillbilly yesterday was talking about the fridge was dating Bautismo, but was cheating Bautismo with the leg.
Like nobody's talking about the fridge and Bautismo.
Yeah, they were saying, and then the fridge started cheating on Bautismo with Alexa. But also has Google as a side chick. And now trying to get up on TR's guitar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And who was it? Somebody's water heater. Who got a new water heater? Somebody in Carolina. No, the fridge is busy.
Yes.
I put in the chat yesterday as the fridge. I said, "Don't hate the play. I hate the game."
Hate the game. I do want to read some reason why you're up here. Vermont Paint and Photo says she has an English accent. The lady that speaks in your ear has an English accent, Vermont. Did you do it on purpose? Oh, today, Dre, I can tell you. What was it that I said on his live that was, the painting he was doing today. I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I want it. And he said something. I don't know how Dre is going to feel about that or something to that degree. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because I'm trying to drive one. Shame on me. And then I said, no. I want the painting. I mean, you're cool. You're a great friend, but I want the painting. The painting is what I'm saying. I want. Not you. I don't want you. But I love his sense of humor. The Blind Guy Show says there are accessibility options built into the settings. I did see that on Apple devices, the text to speech is called voiceover, which I use that a lot. The Vermont Paint and Photos, or Bruce says, the Blind Guy Show, I tried that, but it was an issue with OBS. So I had help to find this one. I mess with it sometimes, and it talks back.
It argues with you.
It drives me crazy. My husband says, Tony Damien, your truth is a blessing to share with others. It is. Thank you for showing the love and positive vibes. Absolutely. And just the fact that I'm sitting here listening to you, and it's like, Lord, that's me.
It doesn't have to be a stranger's child to be, you could be healing some of your wounds by taking care of others.
Absolutely.
And I think people don't always see it that way as, it's not just good for them. Sometimes it's good for your soul. It's good for your mental health. It's good for you feeling like maybe something great happened to you and you have to give it back to somehow. And to feel like that you can accept the blessings that you were given because you feel like you've earned them or you've given them back to other people. So
the other piece of that is not allowing anything that you've gone through to be in vain. No matter how bad, how horrendous, how hard it is. I believe in sharing so that if someone else sees that I made it, that they can make it too. Because there's nothing special about me that made me make it. It's just I made it, so you can do it too. And so for me, that helps me to cope with the things that did transpire by talking about it and allowing and praying that someone else is free from it as well.
So that you know that what you went through, his comment, what you went through was for something. You might have thought God wasn't with you, but he put that in your path to deliver that blessing. He ain't gonna give you something you can't handle. And so, but I never did topic panels, and I think I need to do that more because you guys have blessed me with being in this little circle with the topic themes. I'm always just cooking. Like I thought that was my only reason to be on YouTube was just to show you to eat something good. That's it.
But that department too.
I've been inspired by you guys so much. And your yesterday chat, I was playing it real loud on my phone and I didn't have my earphones in, and Sid's like, hello, why are you listening? You're not even watching. And I'm like, I'm hearing what they're saying. I don't have to look. She's reading the chat. It's just like talk to text. I don't have to sit there and read the chat myself because she's going to tell me what they're saying. Yeah. And then I could sew my little masks and really Vermont.
What is it? Twinkies are good.
He's a hot mess. He's a hot mess with them Twinkies.
We'll go back to Dre saying.
Yeah.
Cindy said, I did the same thing when I was a child. Tell me what that was, Cindy. And then Dre said, wow, y'all are sisters. Tony, we are officially sisters. So now when I see
the girl,
sister, Vermont sister, Ruth said, I knocked my son. Ruth said, I knocked out my son once he was 19. He jumped out at me. I felt bad, but he was the one saying sorry the most. He forgot how I grew up, obviously. Don't feel bad.
No, seriously, like I'll tell you this, let's just be like how serious it is in this house.
Karen Knopf. I just see KK on there. Is that Karen?
Okay, yeah, Carrie Knopf. So right now, because I'm in quarantine, my husband is still working. And so we have a ritual he has to go through every day. So he has to strip naked in the garage, put his clothes in a separate laundry hamper out in the garage. I have to open all the doors between the garage and the shower and turn on the water. So until he's in there with soap, he hasn't touched nothing in the house.
Right.
And he doesn't bring anything from outside in and anything from inside out, with the exception to his lunch dishes, which he'll wash before. I'll make his lunches and then he'll bring back whatever he ate in and then he'll wash it real quick before, so I don't touch anything that's been in or out of nothing from out goes in and out. You get what I mean. So before he gets in the garage and starts like doing all that, he knows he better open that door and say, I'm here. Because if I start hearing that racket or something, it's like, or don't walk up, I'm in the kitchen and you didn't let me know you were about to walk in there, you're going to get a knife thrown at you or something like that. Let me know. I hate being startled. I don't
like it. I had to tell my daughter, and this was years ago, probably I've been licensed to carry over 10 years now. So this probably was about 13 years ago.
I sleepwalk.
Not that long, because she's
20. None of that for the sleepwalker.
7 years ago, she came in the house and she was like, Mama, you was about to shoot me. No, I kept saying, who is it? Who is it? I literally said, okay, I'm armed. I'm asking you, who are you? She had something in her ear. And I came around that corner and I was about ready. And she was like, Mama. I said, Tamara, I've told you don't just come in this house without announcing. And at this time, we weren't living where we live now. And just a lot of stuff was going on. We were in an apartment. It was just too much. And so I was like, no.
I worked in some seedy places in Houston. I live in Houston, by the way. And I worked in some seedy neighborhoods in Houston. And, the kind where the police have to come walk you to your car at the end of the night.
Wow.
If you're taking the bank deposits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, and we got held up at gunpoint in the office. And like the little leasing agent girl, like she still can't recover from it. Like she's still in like therapy and all that. For me, I was like, okay, well, let's do the incident report.
Excellent. Yeah, but it does show that things just affect people
in different ways.
Yeah.
The
blind guy said, "Yep, I can't see you, so it's not a good idea to just grab me. I go all daredevil on you." What you said. Dre said, "Trying to drive. Oh, that's why you hit 3 curves. I need some money back." No. But while we're talking about that, the tire pressure light is on. But no, it wasn't Bruce's fault. Dre, you only knew. I took care of you all for sure. I believe you. Twinkies are good. Dre would agree there. Bruce says, "I'm still waiting for her to open the garage door on him."
That's what's funny about that, Vermont, is because I was teasing him one day because sometimes he'll remember like he wants to grab, because I used to be, and again with my own obsessive disorders, I was just an extreme couponer. So I still have a stockpile.
Me too.
Really? I have a stockpile in the garage. I will never buy shampoo or body wash again in my entire life. I have plenty of deodorant, everything, all the things. Toothpaste is the only thing I stockpiled it enough, but it expires. So I didn't really go too ham on the toothpaste, but deodorant, any of that, it's in there. I don't have to ever buy it again. But I'm down to my last shelf of laundry soap. So, and I can't go out, and I can't find anybody smart enough to go do the 5 off 25 Dollar General these days.
5 off 25, or
go to the Dollar General to do a 5 off 25 and end up paying $50.
Yeah,
you didn't do what I said. You didn't get the right ounces. You didn't get the right. You didn't get all the gain cents.
Yes. Or the CVS is good too.
Oh yeah. Oh girl, you telling. I got like miles and miles of the receipts. Coupons on it. It drives me. I have extra bucks, and I'm like, I can't even go to CVS, and they won't let you use them on curbside. And I'm like, dang it.
So I've actually, like for Lysol, I end up buying it from Walmart one at a time, but I have enough. Now I do have to restock on toilet paper and paper towels because just me telling you my secret. My husband really was fussing at me about extreme couponing, and then when COVID came, now he knew why I was getting ready. How you watch The Walking Dead but don't want your wife to have a stockpile? Like
they don't make no sense. No, my husband loved when I was couponing. He was prouder of the hauls when I got home than I was. He was like taking all the pictures and mile long receipts, and I would do it. I would hit CVS first in the morning, then hit Walgreens, then I'd hit Target.
Yes.
Then then when I go to Kroger's, when they had the baby deals, when you get the girl, please. I was getting $2 for Huggies, and I have a granddaughter that needed them, so I was all on it all the time. Yes. Like, well, I actually stopped December of 2017. I had to have my spleen removed, and I stopped couponing post-op because, obviously I needed to recover, and that's not like, just a simple recovery. Plus, your spleen is your immune system. So when they take that, and Vermont doesn't have a spleen either, so he understands my pain there, but you lose your immune system. And I actually caught the chicken pox after having my spleen removed. I had the chicken pox when I was 5, and I had the chicken pox when I was 45.
I had them at 18, and I pray I never get them again. My senior year of high school.
Yeah, it was craziness. I was like,
and I was pregnant.
How the heck are you 48 years old with the chicken pox? Like what does that even look like? But so I thought, it's just going to be while I'm taking a break. But then I just moved on, and I started obsessing about something else. It's just moved on to another thing. But I had enough. I still have a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
People like, donate it. I'm like, I donated. And Katrina, I cleared my whole stockpile and took it to an apartment complex.
Mhm.
The whole entire bottom level, every single first floor lost their apartment, but then everyone on the second and third lost their vehicles.
Wow.
So they were bringing them water and food, but there was nobody bringing them toilet paper,
Mhm.
laundry detergent, shampoo, body wash, toothpaste. Nobody brought any of that.
No.
It
Do you,
was
do you see what so Bruce said, old boy Dre, there's two of them. And then Dre, so I said, really, Bruce? Then Dre said, Vermont Paint, shaking my head. They're not just sisters, they're twins. So I'm gonna go, hey twin.
So they only took half your spleen, Vermont? How is that even possible? Yeah, I got it.
She had them twice. Wow.
Positive pusher. When you lose your spleen, all the immunities that you've gained, all the antibodies that you've gained over your life to be immune to different things, colds, flus, whatever, you lose it all. You just start over like you were a newborn. So you know how you don't take your newborn around anybody until they've had all their vaccinations because they catch everything until they build up their immune system. Well, it's the same thing. You just start in your second childhood. We know Vermont's on his, so we're just going to say that.
I do have a question about the spleen, but first I want the positive push. She said she did couponing too when her kids were young. Girl, you don't look like you have birthed 5 children, honey. Like, to God be the glory. You look young, like super young. But what causes you to have your spleen removed? What are things that causes that to happen?
Well, there are different things. Mostly it would be a trauma, like if you had a car accident and it was bleeding or something. It's one of those organs that's very hard to stop the bleeding if it ruptures. But in my situation, they thought I had a tumor on my spleen. So they were initially going in to take the tumor off.
Mm-hmm.
But once they got inside, they realized my entire spleen had turned into a vampire. It was full of 1.5 liters of blood. So they were saying 99% of people with the condition that I had, which is called paliosis, it's diagnosed at autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
99.5% of the people that have it are diagnosed at autopsy because you can't live from it. But most often it turns your liver into paliosis and not your spleen. So it's only rare for it to be on the spleen. So then when they kept seeing this growth or whatever they thought, which really was just my spleen filling up with blood, I had PET scans, I had CTs, MRIs, they were doing all the things. I spent thousands in copays. And then they were going to take the tumor off. And I woke up and they had said I had to take your whole spleen out. And so they sent it to pathology and it came back with this weird thing that even my oncology doctor had to Google it because she didn't know what it was either. She had no idea.
Wow.
You're not the boss of me, Bruce.
So we're about to, let me answer. Go back. Are you okay, Cindy? Please, I don't know what is wrong. Do you need to call 911, sweetheart? You just called the doctor. Okay. Have you eaten, drinking any water?
Is she sick?
She passed out. She's in bed. Is there someone, and you're alone? Do you not have water by your bed?
Do we know anybody that is around her or where she lives or?
Mm-mm.
Cindy, do you have somebody we could call for you? Is that yes, you have water by your bed, or yes, you have someone we can call for you?
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. And good to know you're in your bed. And I'm definitely praying. Well, I'm not going to say praying. God, we come to you right now in the name of Jesus, just thanking you, God, for Cindy Randall. Thanking you for her life. Thanking you, God, for making her and creating her in your image. God, we ask right now that whatever is going on with her, God, that you step in and you do what only you can do, God. God, we come asking on behalf of ourselves as intercessors, standing in the gap for her, asking that you heal every part of her body, her mind, her soul, her spirit, and just allow her to be whole and free. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I'm so sorry. I'm alone. No, I might go to the hospital next. Sorry. We have you in our prayers.
Where do we know like where she lives and then what city?
No. Do you have a way that I can contact you?
Do you have IG or?
She said she called the doc. Okay. Are you on Instagram? Do you have Instagram?
Just so we can check on you, make sure you're okay. Has Cindy been family of yours for a while?
I've just started
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
Trying to think if I know anybody in Toronto.
I
have a few friends in Canada.
Okay.
I was on a panel with a friend, I guess about a year ago, and I'm so sorry you're alone, Cindy. Terry Taylor is saying hi to you, Aisha.
Hi, Terry. Thank you for coming in. I actually clicked off of that to go and get a link for us. We're going to raid the TR show.
I was fixing to ask you when I just got that notification. We're heading that direction.
Hopefully I put the.
Thank you for having me up here today.
Terry, definitely for you. And all I can tell you, and because I do hear you often say bless up, 1 Timothy, no, 2 Timothy, no, one of them Timothys, 1:7. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Just keep saying that until somebody can get to you. If
Cindy,
you're on IG, my name is just like it is on here. It just happens so fast. It happens. Tony, where does Cleo live up there?
I don't know. That's a good question. Cindy, I'm Tony Damien 76 on IG. If you would like to get a hold of me and you feel welcome to call me on IG, you can ring right through.
Tony, type it in the chat so she can. As a matter of fact, let me do this.
Vermont, do you happen to have Cindy as a family member? You don't have IG? How you have Facebook?
Hey, Fleffinator.
Do you have Facebook, Cindy?
Or Twitter? I'm on both of them as Aisha.
I have no idea how to use my Twitter. Girl, you're going to have to teach me.
I'm learning.
You have Facebook? I wonder if I can put a link to my Facebook in here.
Yeah, I'm actually going for your name right now, so you can put it in there.
Oh, I'm not a mod, am I? I'm so used to being blue. I don't know how to deal with not being blue no more.
Give me one quick second. Okay. You should be able to now.
You can click on that, Cindy, and that will take you to my Facebook, and you can friend request me. And you can give me a call. Because, I mean, if you can tell me how, I'm not a doctor, not offering medical advice, but I can tell you that I have several scary episodes quite often, and they can come from different things. So if you can tell me how you're feeling, I might be able to.
Yeah. And I know that feeling. I talked about it in one of my lives before, how on Facebook, I'm just putting it up there. I talked about it before, how when you can't trust your body, that is one of the most horrible feelings in the world, to have a body that you can't trust. Like, that's not a good feeling. So I get it. I do.
So I have like a rapid heart rate. So sometimes if my heart rate gets too high, I will literally be like, "Yep, I'm about to pass out." And then I get low blood sugar. And I'm talking about, like, I don't have diabetes, and they say I don't have hyperglycemia, but like, I'll check, my blood sugar was 26 last week.
Wow.
And so I have to keep, because I'm on keto, I'm sugar free, but and I usually don't have problems. But when it gets like that, I can tell back of my neck, my hair is soaked. Like, I'll just be clammy, and I'll have to eat something, bring my sugar up. I try to do strawberries or something, but I'll keep a little something by the bed so that, you know, when my husband's not here during the day, girl, I stay pretty much right here.
Yeah.
You can't tell I'm sitting on my bed.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I promise you, I get it.
Because I don't want to be up walking around the house, and then, you know, you get a spell, and then, you know, you falling in the kitchen floor on the tile or something. So
I get it. I promise you I do.
I can tell you do.
I promise you I do. So
I think we might have been cut from the same cloth, girl.
They literally, Dre was like twins, and so now going forward, I will be like, "Hi, twin." The only additional question that I would have was, what made you go do a keto diet if you already had like spleen issues or gut issues? Or
okay, so after my spleen was out, I went and saw a gastroenterologist because you know, they're moving things around inside your belly, and sometimes you have, you know, complications with that afterwards. And so they had done, and I had to have a liver biopsy, and, you know, all of the things. And you too?
in lung.
Oh yeah, I have to have one of those. I haven't done it because of the COVID situation, but every time they do a PET scan, it comes up, it glows up on my lungs, and I'll get, like, if you give me the sniffles, I get pneumonia. It's like I had breathed chlorine gas in at an apartment community where the chlorinator exploded at the pool, and I breathed that gas in and had full blown pneumonia in all lobes of my lungs within 4 hours.
Wow.
And so ever since then, like, I'm getting pneumonia all the time. Well, anyway, how I got keto was they put me on this diet called low FODMAP. Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be sensitive to the stomach. You don't, you know, no tomatoes, no onions. Like, basically, it's carbs. It's pasta and rice. And I had gastric bypass in 2000. I weighed 360 pounds at the time. I got all the way down to like 160. And then over the last, you know, 20 years, just like that little bit of weight come, a little bit of weight come, a little bit of weight come. They put me on that diet, girl. I was hitting them back up in the twos. And I was like, I am not leaving Wonderland. I am coming back down under 200. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I went off of that diet, but keto is also gut sensitive. So I had done research on it, and I decided that that was a better option for me. But it also is good for people with anxiety. It's also good for people with seizures. It's also good for people with, you know, ADHD, for autism.
Vermont Pain and Photos said computer viruses make me get sick.
I'm calling the fridge to give you a computer virus.
Yes, I cannot take him. Tony, I have thoroughly enjoyed you. Cindy Randall says, I'm really out of it. I can't find you.
Oh, Cindy, can you give us what's your Facebook name?
So guys, I've put the TR show in the chat.
Yeah, we're supposed to be over there already. And
if you guys would click the link and go on over, please try to stay 15 minutes at minimum. Please, I beg you, and say Iseashia Raid, or say here on behalf of I agree with Terry.
Who gave us a thumbs down?
Oh, I get them all the time. All the time.
Bye,
Bruce.
Yes,
over at TR's.
I am Tony Damien. Oh yes, I got her. I got Cindy.
Okay, cool.
Hoo-wee. I just didn't want to leave until we had some way to get a hold of her.
Okay, so Tony is in contact with Cindy. Cindy, we've already prayed. We're believing God for the best. Miss Sheila Vermont, if you're not connected with him, get connected with him. He will have you laughing all of the time. If you guys don't mind, please go click the link, go over to the TR show and say an Iseashia raid. Or I'm trying to think of something other than raid. Go over and say love shower or something like that.
Iseashia love shower.
Yeah. Yes. So I will see you all there. Cindy, I will check on you through Tony because I'm sure I'll see her throughout today. So I'll keep check on you.
Connect with me also on Facebook.
Okay.
So I can make you aware of what, so I don't have to put it in the chat. Yes, you got me. I got you. Okay. I'm going to call you as soon as we go over the TR.
Okay. Heading over now. I am literally typing Iseashia raid.
I'll see you guys over there. Thank you, Iseashia. It's been such a blessing. Thank you so much.
It's been a huge blessing. I appreciate you more than you know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too.
It's in the last. We will definitely get back and do something together, a couple things together, if you're good with it.
I am, absolutely.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. See you over there.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, please go over to TRs. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. I have thoroughly enjoyed you guys, and lots of peace, love, joy, and blessings your way. I will not be on tonight. Typically, Wednesdays are when I spend time with my husband, and but I will see y'all tomorrow for Thoughtful Thursday, and I will see you again tomorrow evening. If it changes about me coming on tonight, I'll let you guys know, but probably won't change. Terry, thank you so much for coming in, stepping in, and helping. I appreciate all of y'all. Please go on over to TR and say Iseashia raid. I love you guys. Bye.